Hey guys! So we're ready for skills today, and we're going to start by making a chain with our newest sound, our newest sound spelling, O for the sound, because remember we talked about this vowel digraph, two letters, one sound, it actually has two different sounds, oo and When we most recently learned the so we're going to make a chain using that sound. So come on. All right, so for the chain today, we are going to start with the word good. We're going to start with the word good. Let's tap it out. Good. Good. Let's write the word good. Good. That's how we spell the word good, since we now know how to spell the sound. So if I want to go from good to hood, what change do I want to make? From good to ud. What sound am I changing? The beginning sound. Excellent. I'm going from g to ud. Hood. Good to hood. Now, from good to hood to hook. Hook. What sound am I changing now? The ending sound. I'm going from d to k. So, from hood to hook. From hook, I would like book. From hook to book. What sound am I changing? The beginning sound. I'm going from to book. Okay, let's go from book to brook. Book to brook. Listen carefully. Book to brook. What's happening now? I'm adding a sound. I'm not switching them out. I'm adding one sound. Remember, we make changes one sound at a time. From book to brook. Brook. All right? So let's go from brook to rook. From brook to rook. What do you hear? You hear that we dropped the b. Good. From brook to rook. Book to rook. All right. From rook to shook. Rook to shook. Again, I'm changing the beginning sound. I'm going from r to sh, which is a consonant digraph. From r to sh, shook. Okay? From shook to nook. Shook to nook. What sound am I changing? The beginning sound. Excellent. I'm going from shook to nook. So I'm going from sh to shook to nook. Shook to nook. Okay, almost done. From nook to cook. Nook to cook. Nook to cook. What's happening? I'm changing the beginning sound, going from to k. So cook. Nook to cook. All right. So yes, that sound is the sound. Excellent, excellent. All right, we're all warmed up. I think we are going to do some more. Not I think. I know we are going to do a different type of writing today. A different type of writing. Yes. Okay. All right. So our type of writing that we're focusing on today is called a book report. And the last time we met, we wrote a fictional narrative, so fictional make-believe narrative story. A book report is similar but different. There's still a planning stage. You still need to be able to answer those questions about it. what's the title? Who's there? What happened? Where were they? And if it's a fable, what's the moral? What's the moral? What did we learn? But a book report has some distinctively different parts too, in that a book report also takes into account your opinion. How did you feel about the story? Did you like it? Did you not like it? Do you think they should have done something different? So we're actually going to write a book report for the tale that we read about the two dogs. The tale of the two dogs. So we're not skipping the plan, but today we're actually going to do the draft. We're not going to write out the plan. You're going to tell me the answers to those questions about the plan, and I'm going to put our little note cards up here. We got some notes already. So I think it would be a great idea if we read the story, The Two Dogs, again, to make sure it's fresh in our minds so that we can write a book report. So in our reader, Fables, we're looking for The Two Dogs, which begins on page number 12. And we're going to read about the two dogs as we prepare to complete our book report. It's on 6.3. Don't plan on writing anything yet. It's on 6.3 in your cat book. Okay, y'all insist. No, you're not writing anything yet, but you notice that in your book, it is front and back, and I just set mine up so you can see both at the same time. If you feel compelled to take notes while I reread, 6.2 is a story planning template. If you must take notes, I will not fault you. I will not fault you. But this is the part we're going to do together. The draft is what we're writing down today. We're writing down the draft. Okay. Now, I'm going to go ahead and read the story. Once two dogs met. One of them was a tame dog who made his home with men. One was a dog who ran free. The dog who ran free stared at the tame dog and said, "Why is it that you are so plump and I am so thin?" "Well," said the tame dog, "I am plump because the men feed me. I do not have to run all the time to get my food. My job is to keep their homes safe when the men are in their beds. When they wake up, they feed me scraps of food from their plates." Okay, room and board. I can work with that. "Your life must be a fine life," said the thin dog. "I wish my life were like yours," the plump dog said. "If you will help me keep the home safe, I bet the men will feed you too." Oh, we had some and some ooh. "I will do it," said the thin dog. But just as the thin dog said this, the moon shone on the neck of the plump dog. The thin dog said, "What is that on your neck?" "I am on a rope when the sun is up," said the plump dog. "Rope?" said the thin dog. "Do they keep you on a rope?" "Yes," said the plump dog. "When the moon is up, the men let me run free. But when the sun shines, they keep me on a rope. I cannot run and be free when the sun is up, but it's not so bad." "No, no," said the thin dog as he ran off. "I will not have a rope on my neck. You can be plump. I will be free." And when we turn the page, we see another story. So that means the end. The thin dog chose to be free. The thin dog chose to be free. All right, now let's check our plan. Make sure we can answer our questions before we begin anything. The first one being, what is the title of this story? What is the title of this story? Because remember, this is our plan, as opposed to writing it all out. I can get my magnet stack right. Okay, what is the title of this story? The title is The Two Dogs. We just reread The Two Dogs. Good, that's our first question. Answered. Boom. All right, my next question for you is, who was in this story? Who were the characters in this story? The plump dog and the thin dog. So this is our planning step, the plump dog and the thin dog. Like I said, if you want to write it, be my guest, but I'm not making you this time. The plump dog and the thin dog. Make sure we have our notes handy. And Where did this story take place? Where were they at in this story? They were outside the men's house. A little bit more specific. They were on which part of the house? What part of the house were they at? They were on the front porch. They were on the front porch. That's where the dog hangs out at night. Well, not so much at night. At night he's roaming and making sure things are safe, but during the daytime he can't. So, what happened? What's our one sentence answer to what happened in this story? What happened in this story? Good job, yes. A thin dog thinks about how good a plump dog's life is. How good a plump dog lives. Sorry. How good, I've been looking at the word live so much that I misread. Lives, baby, lives. Ooh, my bad. All right, now, most important question, because this is a fable, it has to have a lesson. What is the lesson to this particular story? What's the lesson to this story? What's the lesson to this story? Be happy with what you have. Be happy with what you have. As soon as the thin dog saw that he was going to lose his ability to be free, he said, no, thank you. He said, no, thank you. All right, so now we are ready to do our draft of our book report. We're ready to make a draft of our book report. Okay. I'm just checking something real quick. Hold on. All right, gotcha. Okay, so in our book report, we start by, remember, we have to have the who, the what, and the where. The who, the where. So, the name of the tale. Let's go ahead and write the name of the tale. It was called The Two Dogs. The Two Dogs was the name of this tale. And they have set us up. Now, I want you to pay attention here. It before once, which is the beginning of the story, once, next, in the end, the tale tells us. So this is all the what. Okay? So in writing this part here in the tale, The Two Dogs, this is where we need to answer the questions who and where. And then this is part of what makes it a book report. I like / did not like this tale because that's the opinion portion. So this piece in the tale, The Two Dogs, we need to identify the who and the where. All this in the middle here, once, next, in the end, that's what the tale tells us. This is our lesson. This is our lesson. So all this middle part is what happened. What happened in the story? So, in the tale, The Two Dogs, a tame dog and a free dog met at a home. Okay? Matter of fact, nope. We're going to call them Plump and Thin because the original story called them Plump and Thin. But we also know that the plump dog was tame and the thin dog was free. So either or. But I decided I want to go put Plump and Thin. So in the tale, The Two Dogs, a plump dog and a thin dog meet at a home. Here is our first sentence. In the tale, The Two Dogs, a plump, see? I don't know why I'm editing right now, so I'm supposed to do, but I just didn't want to leave you that wrong. A plump dog and a thin dog meet at a home. That answers the question. Did I answer the question who? Yes. Did I answer the question where? Yes. Now we can get into what happened. What happened? Well, what happened in this story? All right, so once the thin dog asked the plump dog why the plump dog is so plump. Okay, once. Okay, so once, let's go with free this time. It means the same thing. Once the free dog asked the tame dog, why is he so plump? Okay, so does that identify what happened at the beginning? Yes. All right, so what happened in the middle? Next, what happened in the story? Next, the tame dog said, what did he tell him? What did the tame dog tell him? What did the plump dog tell the thin dog? Yeah. Next, the plump dog said, remember this is what he said, so we need some punctuation, said, I am plump because, ooh, there's another tricky word. The men feed me. They feed them. They feed them. Oh, goodness gracious. Oh, goodness gracious. They feed them, and what else? Is that enough? No, we need a little bit more for the middle, especially if we're going to if the next step is then. They feed me and keep me on a rope. We need that and so the middle makes enough sense that the end will be at the end of the story. So remember, the middle is always the biggest part of the story. Feed me and keep me on a rope. Okay, so now we have, so in answering the what, we need the beginning, the middle, and the end. We've done the beginning, we've done the middle. Now let's get on to the end of the story. In the end, what happened? In the end, what happened? The thin dog was happy to be free. Good. Right, the thin dog was happy to be free. The end. That's the end. That is our summary, which is part of your book report summary. Say all the words and less words of the story, but we're not done with our book report yet. We need to know what the tale tells us. What is the lesson of this story? What's the lesson of this story? Be happy with what you have, yeah, or be happy with what else? Who you are. Oh, I like that even better. Let's put that. This tale tells us to be happy with who we are. Be happy with who we are. Now, have we identified the lesson from this fable? Yes, good. All right, now this is the good part. This is the good part. This is the opinion portion. I liked / did not like this tail because. So first what you have to do is choose. Did you like it or not? I say I liked this tail because. Okay, okay, maybe y'all don't like it. Cool. I did not like this tail because one of the dogs still did not have food. One of the dogs still did not have food. One of the dogs still did not have food. All right, so y'all were not agreeing with me to like it, so we went with didn't like it. All right, so one of the dogs did not have food. All right, so yeah, we worked really hard. I'm gonna take a picture or two, so that we have this information for later. That's interesting. All right, so let me give you a clean shot to pause on if you're still writing. Let me give you a clean shot to pause on. All right, yes, we are done with our draft. Are we completely done with our book report yet? No, and the book report is, again, us summarizing and telling about a story we have read, only this allows us to include some elements of our opinion. So that's our opinion, okay? Let's clean this up a little bit. Now we know better about how to tell what we think about what we've read. Yay. All right, so what else do we have for today? Well, we're getting a new fable called The Hare and Frogs. And just before you get to it, I want to give you a little bit of background, and that is that the word brook means a small stream, and bunch means group. So there's got something to do with a brook and a bunch in the fable, The Hare and the Frogs. These are things we know already. There's going to be a brook and a bunch. We also know it's a fable, which means it's going to have a lesson. And if it's a complete story, there better be a who, a what, and a where. So there is that to do today. Also, please make sure you are practicing with your spelling words that were found on page 6.1. Be sure that you are practicing with your spelling words. There is a link that shows all these options every day. I'm not checking you for it on the regular. It will show if you practiced or not when you get to your spelling test next Friday. I'm not giving you more homework, but I'm saying you can do this, and I suggest that you do this so you can be prepared going forward. So you can be prepared. All right, guys. But that is my lesson for you guys for today, and I will see you later. As always, of course, if you have questions, let me know, and I will do my best to provide you with support. But until next time, bye.